up.
Hi, little fella.
How can I do it so I can
She's
see
got
it?
to ask, say, to share video, Mum.
Oh, are you? Oh, okay. She might not want to. Okay. How are you going? All right? Oh, I can see you. Oh, I could just see you there for a minute. Now it's gone.
Okay.
Hello. How are you? Oh, you look just like I thought you'd look. See,
Arizona.
Pardon? Hello?
I'm an Arizona girl, straight out of Detroit.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You just.
Okay.
Yeah. You actually. Pardon?
We're far away from each other for sure.
Oh, we're very far away from each other. Yes. Anyhow, have you ever had a reading done before?
No, I've read my own chart. Like I learned how to do it a little bit.
Yeah.
Like knowing that you can be extremely dangerous when you know a little.
Yeah, well, I only know a little. I've only been doing it for a short period. So have you actually cited your chart?
Say that again.
Have you ever looked at your chart like?
Yes.
Oh, you have.
Through Deborah, just kind of following her along, and she says go to astro.com, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then I go to astro.com, and then I just I'm in the star community, and I kind of just figure it out, kind of thing.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, so I know a little.
Okay, that's good. Yep, excellent. Anyhow, so we'll start off. I need to ask you a question. In about 1989, that would have been around your 29th birthday or something like that. Something in your life would have changed. A direction in your life would have changed. Can you recall what that might have been?
Probably the birth of my first son.
Okay, yeah.
Which, changed my life dramatically.
Absolutely.
But it wasn't until a few years till he was 5 that we moved to Arizona. So it was probably, and I should say, of all of my friends, I was the one to say, I'm never getting married. I'm never having kids.
Yes, your chart says that too. It says you would have had your child, a little later than most people. So your first child was when you were 29.
Yes, and yeah. I surprised myself that they say that about the biological clock. I believe it, because all of a sudden I'm like, I think I should have a baby.
Good on you. Excellent. Like
3.
Oh, you've got 3. Oh, great. That's lovely. Yeah, I think you've got a natural talent with children.
Well, there are 3 boys. They're my best buddies. I wish I had more, and it just makes the whole thing makes me laugh. What you don't know, you don't know.
Because you have this childlike sense of fun about you that kids are drawn to. I can see that. Are other kids drawn to you like that? You're frozen.
I'd be curious if you can tell this. Am I frozen?
Yeah. No, you're frozen. Hello? Yeah, hello?
It's just glitching, Mum. It'll come good.
Oh, it'll come good. Don't worry.
There we go.
There we go. You're right. I think you have a natural exuberance about life. There's 2 very different sides to you. I think you're a fun-loving person, but on the other side, you're a very serious, hard-working girl that's determined to achieve her goals. Can you relate to that? Pardon?
I have to tell you, it's so conflicting because I see myself as such an introvert. I love to be by myself.
Absolutely.
For hours, and when people say they can't be by themselves, I'm like clueless to how they could fathom that.
Yes.
So, but then when I can hold myself in a room, not afraid of anyone, but I really like to be by myself.
I know. I can see all your planets are below the horizon, so you're a very introverted person, but you have this soul that is extroverted, wants to be on, the center of attention, and everyone are drawn to her. You've got 2 very, very different sides here that are very hard to probably comprehend sometimes.
When maybe like a decade ago, I really kind of had to figure out what that meant for me.
Yes.
And I really come to terms with it
Yeah.
because it was exhausting trying to be things that I wasn't. I can say no to anything now. You know, and I'm 58, obviously, you know that. So it's so easy for me to say, no, I'm not doing that. Where before it was always this.
Yeah. When you were a child, you were a very old, you were sort of mature when you were young. And as you're getting older, you're getting much younger in your spirit. Like, were you a very responsible child when you were young? Serious sort of child?
It's interesting. I'm one of 5, and I'm like, I wasn't the baby. I have a brother who's 6 years younger than me. So I was always treated like the baby, which is very different from who I am.
Yes.
That's kind of strange to me because they would have let me get away with anything where they could have given me anything to handle.
Yes, I understand that. So, you know, are you in your sun or your life force? The thing that you project out into the world is next to Mercury in Aquarius. So you've got a very open mind. I think you've got very strong views on things that can never be moved. I think you're. What did I put down here? I think you like freedom of speech. I think you like to be free to speak your mind in any sort of circumstances. Is that true?
No, yes, and I'm very liberal, and I live in a very conservative state and then a very conservative area. And just this morning, I walk my dogs, I ride my bike every morning, and I met this adorable old man.
Yeah.
And then immediately starts saying rotten things about Obama.
Oh, I love Obama too. Yeah.
And I was so offended. I just kept it to myself because he's so old and so cute but yeah, I have very strong, and I'm so liberal.
Yes. I can see that. I can see you're very, very strong. And I think you like, probably like equality for all. I think you're a person that's, thinks everyone deserves a go and everyone deserves a voice. Would that be right?
Yeah, absolutely. Because, as I've gotten older, I've realized because I raised my kids that way, and now they're older, they're all in their, mid 20s, late 20s, how open-minded and joyful they are. They don't judge. Everybody has discernment, but compared to some of my friends who are very conservative and watching their kids, your kids fall close to your tree, right? And I'm just so grateful I didn't impose those hateful views.
Yeah, I can see that clearly, that you're a person that thinks everyone should have a go and everyone's got opinion. It's not as though you always agree with that opinion, but I think you're strong enough to speak up and say exactly what your opinion is. I mean, I think you've got, I think you're a very efficient person. Are you very practical and efficient?
It is that dual thing. I'm so like, I can come up with the greatest idea and I can execute it. Like,
absolutely.
I can get it done. And that's the difference between, and I've been practicing yoga since I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
I'm way down that rabbit hole, know the philosophy, and so in yoga, we have people that are called Vata, very airy people.
Yeah.
And I'm very airy, but I'm also, versus some of my other airy friends, and that's why I think astrology is so helpful with Ayurveda, is my airy friends that can't get it accomplished, they don't have the Saturn in them.
They don't have your determination, girl. You can do anything. Your presence in a room is very powerful. I mean, people know that you're there, and I think you're driven to goal orientation. I think you set goals and you achieve them with not much trouble at all. I think you're very hard on yourself, actually. Do you think? I think you may be very hard on yourself. You think you're not doing as good as you think you can. I think you can be very critical of yourself.
Yeah, I'm my own worst critic.
You are.
Because I get bored easy. And so I got to, I don't.
That's your Venus. Your Venus gets bored easy. Yeah, she does. She gets bored. But, in the zodiac, there's the Saturn that I always call the general, all right? and there's Mars that's the soldier. You have both of these planets. You have the general, highly decorated, and you have the soldier that is so decorated it can't be any better than it is. So there's nothing you can't do. I think you're reliable, you're honest, you're driven to succeed, and you're very disciplined in that manner. You can really focus your mind on things and get them done.
Well, you know, when I was, we have a company, my husband and I. Well, it's really, it's not. It was his father, so it's bigger than him and I. And I used to, like, my almost identity was so focused on being part of the business world. I majored in business in college, and I'm no more a business major. Like, my whole what I spend my time doing on is very artful yoga things. I did a teacher training yoga deck that's on sale, you know, like that kind of thing. But because, like, I thought that's what you were supposed to put all of your energy in, and as I've gotten older, I'm like, you can be very driven in a very artful, creative way.
You're very creative, yeah. But I think there's, in your lifetime, I think there's probably been some limitations on that creativity. You're only seeing it now as you're getting older, and you are coming up for a second Saturn return in 2019 in January. So your life, you know, you won't feel it now, but you'll feel a sense of your life getting a lot easier. Your responsibilities won't be so much, and you'll be able to use your own self to be creative, and you'll have the time to do it. So it's a very big transition, and it's a karmic planet. So if you've been doing your work, which I know you have, I can see in the chart you're a hard worker and you're dedicated, that these things that are going to happen in January 2019 are going to be a reward for all that hard work. They're definitely going to bring some sort of reward and some time for yourself, because I don't think you've given yourself much time. I think your time is devoted to everyone else.
Relax. Not
Pardon?
time to relax. I give time to myself to work because I work alone. I
Yeah.
don't give time to myself. I do ride my bike every day, but to just relax, to, like, watch a movie. Like,
That's coming. That's coming. You're a workaholic. You work all the time.
But it's fun things, so I don't see it as work.
Exactly, because it's in the 5th house, so it gives you a sense of enjoyment. Your work's got to be enjoyment, otherwise it won't be productive. It has to have some sort of fun factor or enjoyment factor.
And you can get paid for it. That's what's so amazing.
Absolutely. What sort of work do you have? Work in?
Our company is in graphic systems.
So design.
Plates and chemicals, and, you know, all the machine Canon products and Nikon and Epson. But it we don't make those, but we have a lot of demos at work. So
yeah.
Like, I do all the creative stuff for that. And like I said, I just put out this yoga deck for teacher training. They're like flashcards.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, InDesign, Photoshop, and all that, like, I can really work myself because I have access to so many cool.
I can see how creative you are. The Leo ascendant and that 5th house there shows your creativity so well. It shows you're such a creative soul. And I knew you were going to look like that, you know. I knew you were going to be blonde-haired and beautiful. I had an intuition about it. And look at you. You look like you're about 30.
Well, you know, first of all, I used to tease that it's from standing on your head, because I stand on my head in yoga, you know, like I'm serious yoga practitioner. But I ride my bike every day. I tease, so I love to look up. So at night, and where I'm at, you can see Venus and you can see Jupiter.
Yeah.
And I think I relate to Jupiter so much.
You do, because you've got Jupiter in a dignified. You've got Jupiter in Sagittarius. You're a joyful soul. You're happy and joyful.
I think being
stand you.
Yeah.
That's where your growth will be. That's where your growth is. Where Jupiter is.
Can you tell me what my my dark? Because that's, you know, like if I be honest, I'm kind of like, is it that I'm stubborn? I don't think so. Like, I can't figure out what makes me say no, because I say no a lot.
A no to what?
Like social things. I do.
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Saturn in the 5th house, your Saturn is restricting that pleasure there. It's restricting, like do you go out much and have fun, or you stay home?
That's the problem. Like when I go out, like I like to go out and meet, practice with my yoga friends or meet for coffee, but a lot of them, like the girls' night of out drinking, and like you can't, like, to me that's torture, where that's fun to everybody else, and then it makes me feel bad that I'm not interested in doing it.
Yes.
So there's conflict of like, but I don't want to.
But that's where your life lesson is, in that sense of letting yourself, easing up on yourself and letting yourself have some enjoyment and some fun and some pleasure. That's your life lesson. Your purpose here is to work hard, not grumble about it. You can carry weight far more than anyone else. But also your life lesson here is into, your purpose here is to have enjoyment within that.
Yeah. But see, that's where I get like, so who defines what joyful is?
Jupiter. I say you have lots of fun with your family.
Yeah, my boys are great. But, I don't, because I have no desire for a hangover or to ruin my next day or anything. So everyone else's idea of go out drinking and, and I can't be bothered. So it separates me.
Yes, it does. Well, there's probably a need there to find something that you do enjoy. Not necessarily, you're not going to enjoy everything everyone else enjoys. Your enjoyment's going to be different. So, find within yourself where that enjoyment can come from. You know what a good thing for you to do is, so I was going to leave you with this, but I know you've got the ability to do this with your strong mind. You can turn on what it's called an observer, okay? So you yourself are conscious of what you're doing. You put the camera outside yourself and you objectively look back at yourself with no judgment, just in your own mind. No one else is knowing what you're saying. Have a look at yourself and have a look honestly at who you are in all sorts of situations. It's such a good practice to do it. And you can look back and you'll laugh at yourself saying, oh my goodness, look what I'm doing. Or this situation, I could do better in that situation, or I could look for something that I could change in that situation. You can hear me? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Have you ever done anything like that?
I can hear you.
You see, you're at the moment. Can you hear me? Hello?
I can hear you. The screen. I can hear you, but the screen is frozen.
Okay, no worries. Okay, so your moon, every 28 years, your moon does a cycle around your chart. So for the last 2.5 years, your progressed moon has been in Aquarius. So I think you've been more social, more out there. Would you say that?
Those yoga cards that I was telling you about, that I did that with a collaboration of a method of yoga that I don't practice. Lovely women, the whole, like, I'm not a method person, surprise. Yeah. So I've enjoyed them very, very much, but like I say, I'm not in their method because it's a strange one to me.
I get you, yeah. Well, shortly your moon is going to progress into Pisces. So in Aquarius, it's a moon that's outside ourselves. It's more outer, projecting our emotions and our creativity and stuff outwards. So in a few months, the moon will go, I'm not sure, it might be 6 months, the moon is going to go into Pisces. So you're going to go within yourself again. There'll be an inner searching for the need and the want, and it's a very creative sign. So you might find that you may do something on a creative level, or you'll be in tune with how you feel inside. That is coming. But I'm only a learner, so I'm not. I was very nervous about this, but you're exactly the type of person I thought you were going to be. I can't tell you, I can't explain to you. I knew exactly how you would look, and I knew exactly what you're friendly, you've got a beautiful smile, you're lovely. You're really lovely, and you look so young. Saturn people get younger as they get older. I mean, you're really glowing. You're so Leo. I knew you'd have that blonde mane of hair and stuff. I know. I knew you were going to be that. You're a beautiful girl. You really got a lovely soul. I can see it shining out of you. Pardon?
When you asked about the observer, if I've tried
Yeah.
that. So my kids grew up playing a lot of tennis.
Yeah.
And so I became very good at tennis. But just because when they were playing, I'd play with the ball machine or whatever.
Yeah.
But and then they're boys. So I thought, oh, all people hit that hard. So long story short, but I never did a league with women because every time, like if they'd ask me to just play for fun and they would argue and call each other cheat, like, so when you said that, like about being more social, I'm like, well, I like to play tennis, but oh my God, I can never, that's so petty. So you kind of like, I see how I pull myself away in so many ways, but I'm not interested in that. And I like the game. But I was like, oh my God, grown women, like, what, are you going to get a scholarship?
Then the thing for you to do is to find a group that you're in tune with. Find a group that, a group that's for social change and stuff. People that are not judgmental, are objective and can have a good, an insight into things instead of this pettiness. You're not into pettiness, not at all. No, I don't like it either.
I'm not interested in being competitive with you. Not you.
No.
Anybody. I'm trying to be my best self. That's hard enough.
Absolutely. It is hard, yeah. But you be proud of yourself because you brought your children up with that way of thinking as well. So, you've really done well for yourself to do that. Your children are a product of you. So, at least there's 3 of them there who are going to go out into the world and be objective, not be judgmental. I think you're very judgmental on yourself.
I'm like, like you raise your kids to follow their dreams, and then like my oldest one lives in Los Angeles and is in a band and in the music industry. I'm like, you can't say follow your dreams and then say, oh no, you can't do that. You know what I mean? So
you need to encourage them, yeah. And what about your dad?
My dad died when I was 22 years old. And it was very, very sad because do you remember we have that in Australia, Jackie Gleason?
Yeah.
Do you remember who Jackie Gleason was?
Yeah, I do.
He reminded me of him.
Oh, far out.
So anyway, he died of a heart attack. And
I thought your chart there, it might say that Dad was distant or Dad wasn't there for a long time in your life. Yeah, but did he have a mind of views like you? Did he have, open-minded sort of fella, or?
He just had the sense of we're all just trying to get along, like just trying to make our way. Like life is hard, just trying to make your way.
Yeah.
Very. So my brother, who is 2 years older than me, we're very close, and we're most like my dad. And it's I don't want to say quick-witted, but you know what I mean, like happy to look for the joke, happy to look for the laugh.
Yeah.
And my dad was that way.
Yeah, and what about men? Do you like older men? More older, wiser men?
My husband is, he's actually 2 months younger than me because he got double promoted.
Okay.
We were from a small town. Very smart. He has one of those photographic memories.
Yeah.
So if anything, I think it'd be more attracted to very intelligent people because
intelligent.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't think it's an age thing as much as just ignorance. I have no tolerance for being ignorant.
No.
Lazy.
Lazy people, no. I can see you don't like lazy people at all. They wouldn't fit into your thing.
Yeah, I don't care the color of your skin, how, your income, what kind of clothes you wear, but come on, that's martyrs they're not fun for me. That's for sure.
No, and Okay, well that's good. Anyhow, I think you're exactly how I thought you would be. You're very
funny.
Yeah.
From reading the chart, you could decipher like she's going to be this, that, and the other. That's awesome.
Well, I'm only just a beginner, but I felt like I knew you even before I met you. I've done like a week of every night researching and thinking and doing all that stuff, 10,000 notes everywhere. My kids have all thought that I'm crazy. How are you going to say all that, Mum? I said, I've no idea. I'll have to consolidate it and put it into some sort of order for her because that's what she'll like. She'll like some structure around it. She won't just like me going all over the place. I could see that in your chart.
Yeah, I think like I said, we're older, we've had kids, you kind of get to know yourself. I know myself. I always I can't, it's not easy to see yourself. I know myself, but it's not easy to see yourself. So this
No, it is. It's not easy to see yourself, not with an objective frame of mind anyhow, because, Capricorns can be very hard on themselves. They can be very critical.
Sometimes I'm righteous, and I don't mean to be righteous. I just try to do the right thing. That's,
Absolutely, I can see that. Yeah.
Let me open the door because my dog is crying.
I knew you love animals.
I have
you have yeah, you love animals.
One dog is blind and deaf because he's really old, and it's heartbreaking. He's been the best dog.
I knew you loved animals. I meant to bring that up. I've got that written down there. I knew you love animals. But I think you live life to the fullest and you do your best, and I think you're a very determined, goal-orientated person, and I think you're a great person to have around.
Can you live life to the fullest but not be social? Because my friend thinks because I say no all the time that I'm not living my life.
Yeah, well, that's her opinion, isn't it?
I'm not living your life.
No, you have limitations on how much enjoyment you can have, and that's a part of you need to work on, because that's your life lesson. Your life purpose here is to find enjoyment within yourself, being able to enjoy.
But I get bored. Like golf is where I live. Golf is really big. Until my kids could drive a golf cart, I would take them because, I try to be a good mom. As soon as they were 16 and could drive the golf cart, I never picked up a club again because I found it so boring.
Yeah,
well,
see,
so I get bored. Like, so women, like, their thing is golf, lunch. I'm projects. Like, we just had Beltane, the May Day the other day, and I went to a kirtan little song, like a little concert with my friends, and I made them all Beltane little private maypoles or whatever. That's my fun. Is like I was making stuff. I had my saw.
You like serious fun. It's serious fun,
yes.
Not lighthearted fun. And yes. the Venus and the Jupiter together, they're in a mutable sign, so you need variety. You can't just stick to one thing. You need all sorts of things to keep you stimulated.
Yeah. And and sometimes I feel like sometimes it's just like I'm so outside the box that I don't even want to fit in anyone's box. No, I have my lifelong friends. We're all still really close, and they call me Faye. That's my old middle name, because when I got married, I dropped my middle name and kept my single name. So anyways, they'd always say, "Oh, that's Faye. She makes granola." And they always just let me be Faye, which is a crack up, because now they're all my age, right? And now they all want to know what I'm doing. They all want me to make them essential oils or whatever. And I find it really funny where before they could not be interested in what I do. Yes. Now they all want me to do yoga. I'm like, it's hysterical.
How you change as you get older. But I think I think you need lots of variety to keep you from being bored. And if you're having fun, it's serious fun. It doesn't matter that it does encompass other people. How are you at having people to your house? instead of going out.
That's so funny. I'm not good.
No.
Like, come over, I'll put a pot of coffee on, and you're always welcome. Because I'm pretty tidy,
I can see that, yeah.
Put on a big hostess party and do all that for show? No. But coffee, always on at my house.
Yeah, oh, well, that's good. Well, you just have to, I think you just have to.
Now, what made you ask that? Because that is so interesting to me.
What?
Do I like people coming over?
I just wondered, because your fourth house cusp has got Scorpio on it, so you're very private. Yeah.
I'm not good at all. Like, if you just show up without calling, I'm like, oh my God, I'm busy, and I could never be mean, but that is fun.
You have an open house. You don't have open house. It's on invitation.
No.
And
yeah.
And maybe you just keep them in one room. You don't let them wander.
Well, my house is pretty open because I've had kids, so no matter what, you don't have a lot of control over the borders. No. But yeah, as far as like dinner parties, which is so big where I live and all that, not only do I not have them, I don't want to go to them.
No. Well, then that's your choice. Everyone's got a choice in their life, and I think you're limiting your enjoyment by thinking like that you have to please other people. You don't have to please other people. You're here to please yourself. You do what you think is fun. If they don't like it, well, then that's up to them, isn't it? As long as you're enjoying yourself, you're actually enjoying yourself, just keep doing what you're doing.
Interesting. Yeah, because like I don't want to say like I don't like small talk, because of course I'm interested in people's families and stuff like that. But if the dinner party was at lunch and we were all talking like astrology or yoga, I'll be the first one there and the last one to leave.
Absolutely.
But it's about gossip or restaurants or things that I
no, because you like to see that. No, you're not into small talk at all. You just like
so many more.
Yes. You like something that you're going to learn from, or something that will make you grow or open your mind to different things. So therefore, pushing yourself to do those things is limiting your joy and your happiness by thinking you have to please other people. Just try and please yourself. If you're having fun with what you're doing, keep doing it.
Yeah. And like I said, that's the beauty of getting older, is being able to say, it's not for me. And your good friend will say, I get it.
Your good friends, that's exactly right. They'll stick by you in any way. These other people, I say what you've got is you've got a lot of acquaintances, not many good friends. You've got a few close friends, but the rest of them are sort of acquaintance that you keep at a distance. You might have conversation with them and stuff, but you don't actually connect with them. Right. So just hang out with the ones that are like-minded. The ones that you can be yourself around. Forget about the others. Don't try to keep up with the Joneses.
My friends that I grew up with, so I'm from Michigan. So, for example, not to bore you to death, but my one friend who were nothing alike, but now she's older, and she has a ton of money, and she's single. And she bought a house up on this lake. It's called Torch Lake. And she's like, Faye, I bought a canoe, I bought a pontoon boat. She said all the things you love to do, and you can stay in the guest house, because she knows like I'm not doing the drinking thing and the shots and all that. She goes, and I got your own special place.
How nice is that?
It's a good friend. Yeah. And we're nothing alike.
That's right. So stop limiting yourself in your enjoyment by thinking that you have to make everyone else happy. Just make yourself happy. You're the most important thing, Nancy, not other people. And I think if you find that niche where you're like-minded and you get on with the people and you've got something in common to talk about, that's where you're going to have your enjoyment. These women that want to gossip and stuff, cut them out. Don't cut them out, but keep your distance. You already keep your distance from them. You already detach out of the situation. Don't want to know about it. Yeah.
And the ones that reel me back in, like I know I mean something to them, like deeply. I'm not just another friend on their
No.
list because
No.
they think.
Yeah.
But think about it, like yoga, astrology. Like last night, I'm outside there's a star called Vega.
Yeah.
It's on the north horizon. I'm trying so hard to find it last night. And my son goes, what are you doing? And I just kind of laughed to myself. Think about it. Yoga, astrology, night sky. Like there's not a lot of people, especially when you're younger, who walk that path.
No, because when you mention those sorts of things, people tend to think, oh, you're in the woo-woo. Where are you?
Yeah.
You know,
Thematic.
they can't see that there's something else. They just can't. They're just so boxed in with these blinkers on. They're just happy with the mundane, everyday bits and pieces where, you know, people like us are not. They're not. We're here to grow and to find knowledge and to better ourselves, make ourselves better people. They're just happy to do that. So when you've got your observer on, look at these people with objectivity and see that that's what their life is. It's just mundane, daily tasks, and they're happy to move through, and they are a product of their parents.
Right. And they're just not curious. Because, I mean, adorable, but maybe not curious.
Absolutely. You're serious. You want serious fun, girl. You want, it's serious fun you're having here, serious enjoyment. It's not lighthearted. It's not going to the parties. It's not drinking with the girls. It's like serious shit. Excuse my language.
No. It's funny because my friends have said, hey, so I've made cold processed soap. I can make lotions and all that. Where before they're like, ay. Now they're like, hey, will you teach me and my daughter how to do that? And I just laugh.
You're a natural teacher. You're very wise. You're a natural teacher. You really are.
Doing that with a group of girls, well, it makes me very happy. Doing that kind of stuff.
Doing that. Do that. Forget about these other group of people that are not furthering your growth. Don't have any.
And women we love that are very curious, they're also the ones that, in my mind, who are the most busy. Not the most busy like social calendars, but like it's just hard work to get together.
Yeah.
You know, because we're just so deep in our rabbit holes. So
absolutely,
and I appreciate it.
So I can keep talking to you, but I just want to. What I want to do is end this meeting, end the recording, because I can't record. So, what do you think of my reading?
Oh, I found it so interesting how you had such a insight into who I was.
Fantastic.
I found that just fabulous. And I'm very comfortable. And I'm not someone who tells people, I don't wear my emotions on my sleeve.
No, you don't.
Very easy for me to talk to you. I don't know what that says, but I'm like, what do you want to know? I'll tell you, you know, like, and I'm not like that. No. I'm not even get to know.
Do you know
like
why?
A little.
Because your Venus, your planet of love and beauty, sits on my Mercury. So I knew from day one that I was going to be able to have a really good chat with you. I knew that. Yeah. Anyhow, I'm going to stop this and then we'll keep chatting.